Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Thursday morning. The sun is shiny. Life is good. Hope you fellas are experiencing the same kind of morning that I am. A beautiful one. Morning, Mr. Robin and Mr. TC. Hope you gentlemen are doing good this morning. So, I've had a fun time the last few hours. I will get into that shortly. But first, morning, Steve. Let's talk about what I carried last night, or during the night, or these last few hours. In my front pocket, I have my new Strix that came in. And I've got some comments on this knife. But I had that in the front pocket. And then in the back pocket, of course, again, I had my Ultratech. Now, let's get to the Strix. I think that out of the box, this knife is probably one of the nicest clones I've gotten as far as fit and finish, quality, the milling, everything about it's great, built great. Can't wait to see what they have in store for the next few knives. But yes, everything about the build itself is wonderful. Now, the knife, I've got mixed reviews about it, and they're getting better. And I think I thought this knife was a little smaller than it was. And maybe that's why I've got the opinions I've got. But as far as build quality, this thing is great. I haven't checked the screws on it, which I usually always do as soon as I get a clone. That's one of the first things I do is check the tightness of all the screws, because they have been known to fall out and you lose them. Let's see. Morning, Steve L. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, John. Morning, everyone. So let's see here. The screws are all tight. That will just be an added plus. Yep, they were all tight, so that's good too. Now, back to the knife. When you hold it down here and you're comfortable, where your finger wants to ride right here, it almost puts you off the back of the end of the knife, and it makes you feel like the blade is way out there at the end, and you're like, I don't know, it almost feels like you're using a machete. It's so far away. It doesn't feel like you have much accuracy when you hold it where it's the most comfortable. And then when you choke up on it, there's no real place to feel secure. If you move all the way up here to the front, it feels pretty good. That grip feels pretty good. But naturally, when you grab it there, you want to kind of put your thumb right across from it, and it just doesn't feel secure until you get it locked in up here. But the handle here, when you're holding it back here, it really does feel like the blade is forever far away, and like you don't have much control of it. So I would almost always want to grab it up here. And I don't know, I guess I thought the knife was a little smaller, and I think the ergos on it would have been a little better if it was smaller, but something about this curve and how far back it puts your finger makes the blade like real far away. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but you kind of want to feel like the blade is controllable, and back here it doesn't feel controllable. It feels like it's out on the edge of a pivot, too loosey-goosey. But that's just my initial thoughts of the knife. Front flipper sticks way out. I kind of don't like that after watching yesterday's video with the Devo. I kind of like the smaller curved ones, but it makes it real easy. You can't really get your fingers into any of the holes. The only thing I could see, if you were closing it and you went to like drop it shut, you could catch your finger through there. Yeah, I don't know why. No, it's this area right here. There's a big gap between where your finger wants to sit here. See, naturally it wants to fall to the bottom of that curve. So that's I mean, if you look at the difference between that and that, that's a big, I mean, that's a big difference. And back here, it just feels like you're waving a sword. I mean, I don't know. It's weird feeling. It's because of this gap here between these two, where your finger sits down here and where it sits here. It's a pretty big spot. I just spit on it. But as far as the build quality of this knife goes, it's wonderful. And I can't wait to see what they do with the Protean and the cedar. The milling is just superb. There's no burrs, no kind of, even all the edges around here all look good. No rough edges. Back spacer fits good. Clip fits good. They even put weight reduction milling over there on that side to kind of even it out where the lock bar is. The line is very clean where the lock bar is cut out. Everything about it is very clean. Yeah, Pete, I haven't really heard anything about ergos either, and it's because it looks so cool. But when you grab it here, the problem here is there's jimping back here. So when you grab it here, that jimping fits. That grip feels good, but the blade feels, and it feels better the more I hold it, but it's just a big knife. Like, but the jimping here is where your thumb wants to land when you're holding it down here. And then when you come up here, you kind of want to land here, and there's nothing to, it just feels loose. I mean, you really do have to go all the way up to the front there. And that feels good. So I don't know, maybe it'll it'll get more comfortable the more I use it. But just initial response, like, see this one, when I'm down here, my finger is not as far away when I'm right here. So it's just that big gap between this and this is a big difference. And I don't know, I guess you could grab it here and not use the choil. And that feels a little better. I don't know, it's just my initial thoughts of it. And ergos do matter. And I don't know, I think it's partly due to because of the way this part right here is slanted out instead of in. If it was in, see how this one slants in? And it moves into the choil nicer. Whereas this one goes out and kind of throws your finger out. This one is very comfortable there and there. And this one, it kind of, your finger jumps around this. Well, I don't know. It wants to throw it out. I kind of wish, but that's what makes it look like it looks. I mean, you got to give up looks and ergos can go together, but sometimes a knife just looks so cool that you just run with it. I love the knife. I'm not complaining about the knife, but I was expecting a little something different, I guess, with the ergos. So yeah. All right. So what did you get? Christopher bought that CKF Tonto yesterday. Nice, nice. For $300. Good morning, William. Yeah, Michael, everything's going good. I ran into a few problems making the forge, and we're about to go into that. I do want to show you what is going on here. So let me see if I've got a... Why is everything upside down? Huh. Well, let me try this again here. Nope, still upside down. I hate that. All right. I want to show you what's going on with the forge and what I'm dealing with. So I'm going to switch the microphone to my phone. All right, audio should be coming through my phone now. And I'm going to walk out here and show you what I got going on. So I've been working for the past little while on getting the forge ready to put together. And here's what we got. We got a number 10 can. I had a bag of sand. I got the plaster of Paris. I got a little black steel tube to be the tube that goes through here to let the blowtorch come through. And I've got two of my blowtorches. This one just barely doesn't fit inside the tube. But if I put this tube in here and then pull the tube out as it hardens, then the hole should be right for this blowtorch. This kind of blowtorch does fit in there. So I could leave this in and use this kind of blowtorch nozzle. But here's my main problem. So I've got the can almost ready. I've got the mix almost ready. But when I take a knife, like an 8-inch knife, like the one we're working on, and if I put it down in here, that much of it still sticks out. So I don't want to make a forge that I cannot at least put an 8-inch piece of metal in. So that's the problem with the number 10 can. I cut the little ring out with the Dremel. I sanded it down with the file. I got the hole for the can on the back there matched up pretty good. But I need to find a better can. And I can just buy a forge. That's not a problem. What I'm trying to do with this series is make it accessible for everyone. So I want to find the cheapest option for one of these cans. Now you can buy a can like this with some cheap food in it for $3. And I've got some other thoughts of things to use. Let me hold on just a second. I've got something with some tools over here. Let me see if I can show it without showing a mess. So I've got one of these little galvanized cans, and it's only maybe 10 inches across, but it is tall enough that I could cut this off and turn it into a forge. So this morning we're going to take and try to find a little bit better option than a number 10 can as far as getting an 8-inch blade to be able to heat the whole thing. And I know that I only have to heat treat the blade itself, but I want the capacity to at least this fit in there. I mean, it's just what I want to do. Because somebody might want to make a big camping knife that has a 5-inch blade, and it would be sticking out all crazy out of this little 10-inch can. I mean, number 10 can. So I'm going to go back in there, and we're going to try to find something. I thought about maybe those little metal trash cans. So anyway, I'll be right back in there. I've got a little bit of a sniffle, so I apologize for that. All right. Stovepipe might be an awesome idea. Yes, pipe might be just the thing. All right, so those are kind of expensive, Michael. I'm wanting to try to keep it low. So the plaster of Paris is $5. You can get a ready-to-go forge for like $70, but so far I've got like $10 into this one, and I think I can keep it below $20. Yeah, Michael, I had a buddy. I don't like those things. And if you look up on the internet what people use those canisters for, you'll kind of understand why I don't like them. But those things are used in a specific way by lots of people. I'll just put it this way. Yeah, stovepipe is a great idea. We're going to go look at that in a second. But go look up what people use those helium things for. And you'll know what I'm talking about. Kind of messed up. I had a friend that was found in a hotel room with one of those. And I won't go into any more details, but so I try to stay away from those little helium things. All right, so let's go check out stovepipe. And I know we can get 10-inch stovepipe. We need to have enough that we have like a 4-inch chamber in the middle, and then 3 or 4 inches on all sides. So it needs to be a 12-inch diameter would be perfect. Something like 12 by 12 would be perfect, actually. Whippets. I wish whippet canisters don't get that big. I wonder if we could use 12-inch. Do they make 12-inch stovepipe? Yes. No. They make it 12 inches long. See, that's the only problem with stovepipe is the diameter. So it needs to have enough area around the outside. Still addicted. Good morning, sir. You just happened to pop up on the day that the Strix is on the table. That's kind of funny. I'm sure you already got yours in. You always get them a few days before me. Well, good morning, sir. And once you get up into bigger pipe, it gets expensive. So I want you to see, I'm going to go back and we're going to look at the forge. And I want y'all to see how much, okay, so there's a good view just from the thumbnail. You can see that the area around the center chamber is about as wide as the center chamber is. So let's say that that was 4 inches. You would need it to be 12 inches across. Still addicted. I think it's one of the best made and best out the box action clones that there's been made. The detent on it's perfect. The lockup's perfect. All the fit and finish is perfect. I think it's great, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us this coming year. That being said, the knife itself feels a little strange in my hands. When you hold it down here, it feels like you're way top heavy. And then when you hold it up here, it doesn't feel real comfortable to move all the way up here. So I don't know. The ergos on it, but as far as the build goes, it's great. It has probably some of the best detent of any knife that I've got. It's almost impossible to fail. But yeah, I love it. To answer your question, still addicted. And yeah, if y'all don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be awesome. Yeah, the ergos on it, like, I don't know, if you hold it back here, like I said, where it feels comfortable, it feels like you're like waving a sickle or something. It feels like the blade is too far away from you to be precise, to be controlled and comfortable. I mean, it feels, I don't know, you're way far away from it when you hold it down here. And then when you get up here, it's better. It feels more controlled and more safe to use. But right here, it just feels weird the way your finger goes all the way down here. And the Skelly, I'm sure they'll make other versions, so I'm not worried about that. I'll get a plain Jane one eventually. But the build quality is excellent. Excelente. Well, back to what I was talking about. So let's say that center hole was even 3 inches, which would probably be about fine. 3 inches for the middle chamber would probably be fine. So then add another 3 inches on both sides, and you need something 9 inches in diameter. So I'm not sure if stovepipe comes in 9-inch diameter. I don't think it does. Let's see. So what I was thinking that we could find super cheap would be small metal trash can. So these are still 30 bucks. That's way too much. But I know they make some cheap ones. And they make some things like those, even those smaller popcorn buckets. How big is, what's the size on this one? What's 18.5 centimeters in inches? Hey Google, what's 18.5 centimeters in inches?
18.5 centimeters is equal to 7.283 inches.
So it's only 7.2 inches tall. So that one's a little small. This, oh no, that's the big one. It's only 7. And that's a little expensive. Yes, still addicted. We've been making a knife for the last 7 weeks. And I've got it to the point to where it needs to be heat forged now. Hold on, let me grab it. So we ordered a $17 Pops Pro Cut Challenge kit, and it came with a 1.5 by 8 inch piece of metal, and it came with the handle material. And we have gotten it to this point right here. And it now needs to be heat treated and finished up. But this is it. This is the one that we've made the last 7 weeks. And I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before, so we're just all learning together. But it's turning out good so far. So, we're going to make a coffee can forge, or I'm trying to find the most inexpensive way to make one of these. But if all else fails, I'll just buy this little Vivor $70 one. So they make this little Vivor one that almost seems like I might as well just go ahead and do that. But I'm curious what the size of this thing is. Let's see, do they have a breakdown on the size of this little thing? And they say with this one, you need to put the refractory cement. You got to kind of add on some stuff, another 30 bucks worth of stuff to get it to work right. Because as you can see, it's not very thick. It's just got the liner. And the size of this one, I don't see. I like having the valve. I can't believe they don't show the size in any of the pictures. Large forging space, but it doesn't tell you. Oh, thank you, Still Addicted. It's called Pops Pro Cut Steel, and Knife Steel Nerds did a breakdown on it. He's the one that actually made it. But it's called Pops Pro Cut, And here's the breakdown. If you want to go read about the steel and how easy it is to heat treat and stuff, here's the article. Review pictures. That's the double one. That's not the single one. That's the triple one. All right, here we go. Here's a breakdown of the space. So, hey Google, what's 238 millimeters in inches?
238 millimeters is 9.37 inches.
So it's 9.3 inches from front to back. So that would be a good size. 9.3 deep. Hey Google, what's 177 millimeters in inches?
177 millimeters is equivalent to 6.969 inches.
So about 7 inches wide and 9.3 inches deep. So I might just go with that and say, hey people, if you want to make the reason I was wanting to do the coffee can forge is because everybody can do it for like 20 bucks. If you decide you're not into knives, you can get out of it without spending a bunch of money. So I think I'm still going to focus on trying to find something this week. But I might go ahead and order this as well just to have. And I might go ahead and spend the extra 30 bucks and get the 2-burner one. They have the, let's see. They actually have the round one and the square one, but they have the 2-burner one is $100 after registering. So I might just, yeah, I know I can use just fire bricks. I've seen guys build, here, we'll look, fire brick. So you can make a simple one like this. Whoops.
What's up, everybody? So we're back. One is use some try harder. Just as a back. Yeah. Now I can go ahead and ruin it.
You can make one with fire bricks.
I'm going to go ahead and in the description and have set up video. I tried to use a different size set
like
of tubing and top piece and everything, and it did not work right. It did not create a very good flame. Doing it exactly how he does it creates a really good flame, just like you see here.
So you can make a little fire brick one. But I just really like the convenience of making the can one. And this is the one, I watched this video, I almost thought about doing one of these.
What's going on, guys? So today we got an exciting
because I like
video.
Outdoors.
I have now basically 55. What this is we've got a 2 1/4 inch hole at one end, we've got the inner burn chamber, and a 2 1/4 inch hole at the other end. Now, most likely any.
I kind of like this idea too.
So the first thing that I think we want to do is place both the bricks on.
I thought about doing this kind too.
So now we have the outline of our burn chamber. So now comes the fun part. The nice thing about these bricks is that You don't really need any special tools to work with them. You can pretty much just take a razor blade and kind of chisel this stuff out. Chisel, where's my chisel? Found it.
So there you go with that one.
Chisel out. Same method. I need to make a hole the size of the tip of this and figure out exactly where I want these. And like put a second. So you don't want to block those or the torch won't light. We're about on bricks here. Now here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put a brick behind it to help keep some of this heat in. There we go. This one's got a different.
So that one does work. But he said it took forever to heat up.
Nice to have just a little bit of extra heat towards the back. And then I think we're going to get super even heat across the whole thing.
So he's using 2 torches now. And that's the difference between that guy and the coffee can forge, because the coffee can forge, he said it heated up very quickly. Let's see at the end here how long it takes it to heat up. It's just you can't find metal coffee cans anymore, hardly. Five minutes to get up to temp. It looks like it's working pretty good though. And I like the fact that you can put something all the way through it. If you want to like bend rod or like rebar. 3 minutes after putting the metal in. I've kind of already I've got the plaster of Paris, I've got the sand, I've got the bolts, I've got the 10-inch can, and I've got the paint can already ready. So it just seems like a real easy way for the normal person to just pour that in, let it harden up,
and clean up anything else.
I just need a little bit bigger of a
and
can.
I'm gonna pull. Oop, I guess it wasn't in focus there, or it wasn't even in frame. I'm gonna pull this can out now. Hopefully I can get it out.
See you later, Still Addicted. Thanks for hopping in. Come back soon. And I guess since you only have to heat treat the edge of the blade, it would probably be big enough because that's about the same size as he's using. So I might just ought to go ahead and build it and see how it works. But the one thing I do need to change before I pour the stuff in there is the size of the hole of the thing coming in the side there. So today, if I can get that pipe, we might do this. We might build this thing in the morning and just see how it goes. Put a piece of metal in there, get it torched up, see if it heats it up, see what we're working with. But that little unit right there is a nice little self-contained unit.
Here we go. One forged chamber.
without having to move your bricks all around and all that.
A little bit.
So anyway, if I can get the size of the tube in the side right today, I'll run to Lowe's and swap out that black piece I got for a little bit larger one. Get that hole drilled in. I might have it ready tomorrow morning for us to test out. Because like I said, you don't have to heat treat the whole handle. So as long as the blade part can fit in there, I guess you're good. Something else I wanted to mention is I'm doing a giveaway on the Discord. All you have to do is go into General and click the Enter Giveaway button. It's going to last for 3 days, and then I will let it pick a winner. So if you haven't done that yet, feel free to enter the giveaway on the Discord. Like I said, all you have to do is hit Enter Giveaway. And it'll pop up and says, you have already entered the giveaway. Do you want to leave? And I'm just going to hit no. But yeah, if you want a free knife, join the Discord and join that giveaway. I don't actually know how I figure out. Let's see, giveaway participants. Giveaway ID is 1. Aha! So right now we've got 10 people entered, including myself. Actually 11. I'm going to remove myself. Let me see. Let me hit Enter Giveaway and hit Leave Giveaway. And then list it again. All right, there's the participants so far. And then how do I pick a winner? Oh, rolls a new winner from giveaway. Let me try that one and see who won if I was to do it today. Oh, you have to end it, and then it picks a winner automatically, I guess. All right. I didn't know how this worked, so I was just checking it out. I'm going to clean up all this mess. But yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway, just join the Discord. No, Dale is me. It says host is Blade Alchemy, so I thought y'all would pick that up. Dale is one of my bots. Dale is the bot. He's the one that removes all the... And if y'all want to see what all the bot can do in Discord, just type the / and he can do all kinds of stuff. Google stuff for you. Urban Dictionary stuff. There's all kinds of / features. You can do all kinds of stuff. I can do more because I'm controlling the bot. But there's games you can play. There's like a Magic 8-ball. I think it's 8-ball. I thought it was Magic 8-ball, but there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Oh yeah, fun 8-ball. So you can go, will this heat forge work? Signs point to yes, Blade Alchemy. But there's all kinds of, if you hit the slash button, you can see what all the bot can do for you. There's all kinds of help. There's games you can play. There's little random stuff you can look up. You can do image searches. You can do all kinds of stuff. All right. I got another, Pete showed a link to this knife the other day. So I went ahead and grabbed one. It's the $29 version of the Revel button lock. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do an unboxing video after we get done with the live this morning. I'm also going to do the unboxing for the Honey Badger, the Warren Cleaver. Where did you share it, Pete? Yeah, where did you share it, Pete? In the Discord? I don't see where you shared it. TC showed a $40 piece that's 5 foot long that you could make 5 forges out of. Here's the link Pete shared.
This one's a little bit more bougie, but we've got fat carbon inlay, DLC S110, bolster lock, full integral.
Absolutely beautiful.
So we've got that guy there.
Let me get the mic a little close to that so you can open that up again, because man, that opening noise
it will
is just
ting for you every now and again.
No,
let's see if we can get
it's
it.
real good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's one that just makes you smile, right?
It really does.
And we've also got the same setup, but in a.
Is that what I'm supposed to be looking at, Pete? Yeah, that is a.
My Carta version here,
yeah.
too. So, pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Got the milled out pivot mustache there, full integral bolster, and this one you can just see the nasty grind lines. Might have a little pocket funk on it, but it's the way she goes at Blade Show.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. We're excited about these. Probably around Blade Show Atlanta next year, maybe.
Cool.
But yeah, we're super excited about it.
Well, there's a little sneak peek for you guys. Kind of the fun thing about being at shows. Another little sneak peek. I asked him about his shirt here because.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Pete. Little sneak peek of the Tri-Stash V3. Yeah, those are knives I've got to pick up. What else did I buy? I got something else. Oh yeah, I bought another Tucson, surprisingly. I think I bought a Heck, I don't even remember. I think I bought a Tucson TS 270 and M390. Is that right? Do I have a 270 already? I don't think I do. I hope I don't, because I just bought another one. Yeah, Pete, we saw Sever's knife. I don't think I have that knife, but I might. No, I don't. I got it for $80. Anytime I can get a Tucson M390 for $80 in titanium, I'm good with it. Dude had it listed for 110, and I offered him 80. I said, if you don't get any interest, I'll give you 80 for it. So he came back about a week later and asked and told me if I still wanted it, it was mine. So I wasn't really planning on buying it, but like I said, if I can get an $80 shipped Tucson titanium M390, I'll buy them all day long. So if y'all got any that y'all want to sell for $80 and they're M390 and Tucsons that I don't own, I will buy them. I definitely will. I will show them to lots of people with $300. Drop a link in the Discord. Or I bought it from an individual, so I don't know where to tell you to buy it. But yeah, maybe if you're talking about that knife, it's not available on White Mountain Knives, so you could probably maybe find it on eBay. But there's the link to it. Yeah, that's a good price too, Pete. Sever, never mind. You weren't talking to me, so I'll remove. I got you. Sever, do you have a link to a good short with your knife in it? Oh, never mind. Pete's got one.
Hey, Gripple Crew, we are at the Reich Ketuo booth, and we had to check out our boy Sever 7's first proto. What a sexy looking knife. I love the Wicked Blade. Man, that action feels good. Oh, this is going to be a fun knife. Sever, Derek, you killed it, homie. Whoops, that's my bad. This did work the first try for me a minute ago, and now that I'm on camera, I'm failing it. There we go.
One thing we're actually altering on the V2, we're increasing the size of the front flipper just a touch.
Just a little bit?
Just to give it a little bit more oomph.
Yeah, and a little.
So you found the one thing that we're fine-tuning in the V1.
Awesome. So, yeah, that front flipper and jimping sounds like it's going to be tuned up a little bit, folks. This is the first version of the prototype, and it looks sexy. Love it. Good job, Derek. You killed it.
Well, there you go. There's our bro Sever 7's knife who just walked into the channel. We talked him up for sure. Good morning, Nick. Hey, Nick, the milling looks great on this, too. Man, yeah, I remember seeing it when he first had him up. I brought him up to show when he first got the rendering back from the guys helping him. Man, trying to reach from back here to up here is like, if you don't have huge hands, boy, you can't even get up there. But that feels so weird. Yeah, it definitely feels better up here than anywhere else. This is the best grip for this knife. It's the only one that feels really secure, like you could do precision work. You're tired. Why are you tired, Nick? Get some coffee in you. If y'all don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be awesome. Man, I think I'm just gonna... If I could figure out how to quickly drill a hole in that... My hole saws don't want to work in that metal. It vibrates so much. Hole saws suck. I almost want to go finish and try to work on that forge and pour that stuff up and let it harden. No, we'll wait till tomorrow. We're already an hour in, so we might as well just look at some more knives and stuff. And move on from there. Yeah, what else y'all want to talk about knife-wise this morning? This year's already been a pretty good year. Yeah, this year's been a pretty good year with knives. I don't know that it would go all the way through, John. I don't know how I would get it up that high. I've got it set to where it's down on a... I'd have to raise it up 6 inches. I might could do that. You got a Gavco Tiger? Is that what you said? I mean, a CKF Tiger? All right, Pete. Have a good one, buddy. Going back to work sucks, but... I want to know hey, if these guys that are doing all these are are ramping up their companies. I guess they are. I guess they're being entrepreneurs like they should, and like hiring employees and to where they can produce more knives. Over there, having access to all those factories that they do, all they have to do is hire a good CAD guy, have a good heat treat place that you can send them steel to, have you and your buddies assemble them. You got to hire people to help you assemble them and sharpen them, and then ship them out. But I think they're ramping up. I think they're hiring people. I think they're being smart, young entrepreneurs is what I'm trying to get at. And that's how they're able to pop out so many good ones. And I just can't, I really like I know he said right there that every year seems better than the last, but I don't really feel that's true. There was the time when Hilberg, a couple, like 2 to 3 years ago, and Hilberg were doing great. And then they fell off. And then there was about a year there where we didn't get any great ones. And then the last two guys have stepped in and started doing their thing. So, and the fact that they Tommy, that's the thing now. They're all doing the cryo heat treat, and they're getting amazing scores. Like, I don't know if you've looked it up, but they're getting better scores than the factory brands a lot of times now. And they're all getting tested. As far as like, once they get here, there's people that are actually testing them. So what else are we going to talk about today? I'm just playing with knives. I still haven't found that little... Yeah, they've been getting better the whole time you've been in it then. They used to be a lot worse. But now you can pretty much drop a batch of steel in a machine. I mean, it's just, you know, it's all automated now. That's why when they show their newest ads and stuff, they always show the cryo heat treat picture. But it's pretty cool to see. I think Jufull does it more than Lemifshi does. But he shows the cryo pictures in just about all his ads. So right here, so you can see that it's the actual blades that he's selling. So that one has those two adjustment pin holes in the blade down there. But nowadays they can just kind of load them up, heat treat them, and cryo finish them and get them dialed in perfectly. Like, it's not like they don't have automatic ovens now that'll heat up to exactly the right. Yes, Sever, the Strix is great. Mine is great. Like, the D10 is super strong. I like it though. I think it's perfect. It's got some of the clickiest D10. But the ergos on it, like when you hold it down here where it's comfortable, it feels like the blade is like way out there. Like you're swinging, I don't know. Grab yours and hold it just like it's like slide this finger in where it's very comfortable, where you're almost off the back of the knife. And it feels like the blade is like way out there. like you're chopping on it with a cleaver. And then when you choke up on it, your fingers kind of want to go straight across, but yet you have to slide it forward, and then you feel really locked in. So you're either like super locked in the knife, or you're back here swinging a sickle. Like, I love the build of this knife and the quality, but the knife design itself, it's one of those knives that looks better than it functions. Because it looks awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, this knife looks friggin' awesome. But as far as the build quality and the fit and finish and the lockup, the detent, all that was perfect. And I'm sure the blade steel's heat treated perfect too. But I guess it's partly because the knife is bigger than I thought it would be. I think if it was a little smaller, the ergos, I think even the holes look awesome on this one. I mean, like, screw it. It's just part of the whole overall design. Like, I don't know. Like, I usually like plain Jane, and I would have preferred them to have the plain Jane. As you see on the table, there's only a couple with holes. These up here I threw up here, but these aren't my favorites. That's just what people want to see. I always happen to keep the good ones for myself. The ones I like that one. I'm a plain Jane guy. And this one, that's more my style. And this is the first knife that they put those new caged bearings in. And it's just a guillotine. Like, this one has some of the smoothest dropping action. And I don't like the holes on it either, really. But it makes a great sound, has great action. And I think it's 154 cm, it was one of the first 154 cm knives too. They got it's so good they did an M390 version. I can't wait till somebody comes out with a new one of these. Wish somebody would make a new one of these. I think Jufull is working on it. That's what I'm saying. I think this next year they're gonna. I think yes, TC, but I didn't get to spend time with it. I think I did it on camera. Pete wanted me to check it out to see about the holes, and that's when she explained to me that when you're holding it, when it's open, your fingers are over here by these holes when it's open. But when you go to close it, your fingers are on the other side. So they're not going to go into this side when it's closing. But yeah, I think I got it on video at Blade Show. Checked out the Rosie fixed blade too. I think on the same video. I had just forgotten, and when I ordered it, I just thought it was going to be a little smaller. But it's a pretty big knife. I mean, it's a real big knife. I mean, it's every bit as big as that giant Zahn. I bet it's bigger than my... You see behind me here. It's very close to as big as the... Y'all can't see the blades, but pretty close to the Evo. The big boy. All right, what else is going on? Oh, yeah. Dang, I almost forgot. I put a link, the The old guard went up for, is it sold out yet? Nope. So the old guard went up yesterday for sale on Monterey Bay. And $150. They're available. S90 B, 8 inches overall, 3.5 inch blade, Laconico, clean lines. Go grab you one. Here's a link to them if anybody wants to grab one. If you don't have a Laconico, that'd be a good starting one. Just a knifey knife. It's even got titanium standoffs. Backs, I think it's all titanium except for the barrel for the blade. I don't know why I think that. I think I read it somewhere. Could be wrong though. Oh yeah, standoffs, titanium. It says it right there, duh. Yeah, cool knife. Let's see, what else? What else is for sale and going around today? Tomorrow is the new drop point. It'll come out today, actually. Yeah, you can make 5 of these out of this tube and for $8 a piece. I should make a couple. I should buy this and make like 5 of them and sell the other ones for like $40 when they're finished. That's what I should do. Yeah, there's been a few of them listed for $600, Robin. I do believe. But yeah, that's a good price. I'm sure he takes $600. Dang, it just popped up, huh? Number 245. Why didn't he have a picture of like the whole thing? Have a video? Yeah. That was pretty sharp. I like the two-tone on it. That's actually pretty dang sexy. I like the dark and the teal color. Man, what a pretty knife. I can't wait to make one of my replicas look like that color. I think I'm going to remember this build. I'm going to mark this video. I'm going to build one just like it. Do the acid wash and everything. $6.18 ships today. 3 minutes ago. Wife is furloughed. Hate to see this one go, but gotta pay the bills. Well, that's cool. Thank you for sharing that, Robin. Asher. 2 Asher knives for sale. Both versions. If you don't have an Asher, that'd be a good point. You could get, bet you could get one for $100. Venom Jack, Wee Guthrie, $225. Too many holes. I've already got a boa. I got a titanium one though. He's got a domino too. How much is this one? $8.15. Oh, that's a Spyderco. Hogue Deca. Check out the Boker post. All right. I want to see the Venom Jack. Hey, what was that? Oh, yeah, that's the Max. That's a high price on it, I think. I like that knife, though. But you can get it for like $100 sometimes. Yeah, I would do that Hinderer. Sever, you did a review of that one, didn't you? I think Sever did an unboxing. I think I watched his video on that one. But you can get them for like 100 and something, 105. You can get them for cheaper than that. In fact, let's see. I found them somewhere. Somebody had them on sale for real cheap. I can't remember who it was. Wow, that one's crazy. Somebody had them. Yeah, see, at 56% off. Boker had them for 56% off. Maybe it's the Boker link up here that has them for so cheap. No, they had them for half price. Can't remember where though. But that guy says he bought one for 56% off. I just ordered one of these and it looks awesome. I've got that what's that Boker that I've got that's Atlantic Knife had it. I thought it was the Boker Plus. No, it's the Boker, but it's not the Plus Max. See, that's what confuses me. A Boker Plus is the brand, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. A Max? Which one do I have? I've got a little Boker that's Morning, Cliff. What's up? How are you this morning, sir? Yeah, it's been a good year for clones. I can't wait to see what this next year holds, though. And somebody asked about this the other day. Maybe it was TC. I found where it was. It was in my clone box. It's a cool little knife, though. Somebody asked about the Oligarch. I remember who it was. Another surprise one that really surprised me was this one. That Vanguard clone. This aluminum, but man, it's pretty good for what it is. It's a good size too. It's not quite as big. I can't remember what that Boker is. It's going to drive me nuts. It's one that everybody has. The joke? No. What's it called? Well, now I got to find it. It kind of looks like that Max. That's what makes me think of it. I've only got 2 Bokers, I think. Nicer ones. I don't know where either one. I don't know where those are. I keep them in some weird place because I've only got 2 of them. Oh, here we go. This says Boker on it. Is it a Joker? I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of that little Max. It's a great knife. It's this one. It's this one right here, and it reminds me of that Max. Boker Plus. Is it the Joker? I don't know. Wow, this blade has got tape all over it. But these are great little inexpensive knives. I think it's got D2 blade steel, but other than that, it's a cool little titanium knife. And a lot of people have this knife. You can get them for like 80, 70 bucks, 80 bucks, titanium. I did the lightning anno on this one too. This one sucks. This lightning anno is like super light colored. It's like a gold all the way. It barely got some blue in it. What is that little knife though? The Boker. Boker's build quality is great, John. You would like this knife. It feels thicker than Artisan. It's a lot thicker than Artisan. Now you're gonna make me bust out my camera, figure out what this is. Because y'all won't tell me. It's going to match so many different knives on the search. Jive. It's the Jive. Boker Jive. I said Boker Joker. I don't know. I was combining Jive and Boker, and I said Joker. But it's the Boker Jive. Boker Jive. I think it's got D2 blade steel. That's the only... See, Jive Boker Plus. Brian Efros, the same guy that did the Elder. Yeah, it's designed by Brian Efros. That's why it did so good. I forgot that. It's a cool little knife, though. Titanium. Let's see what they got going on today. They got one new one that's super expensive. It's supposed to be really nice. We saw it on... What is this one? Wow, that looks super cool. Y'all airplane lovers. Y'all were talking about airplanes the other day. Y'all should really like that one. That's super nice. Super cool pattern too. Makes me want to do that to a knife. Oh, John, was it you that asked about it? Yep, it probably was you. The deployment strength on it is very good. I had trouble closing it one-handed. The only problem is you have to tighten it up to keep it from having side-to-side play. You have to tighten it up where it slows it down a little bit. But it's actually pretty good. Yes, it has perfect lockup. It doesn't move a single bit. Where's the link? Still addicted? Nighthawk store? I got you. There it is. Oh, great. I have to buy 4 versions right now. Thanks, Still Addicted. Wow. Well, all right, guys. I'll be back in a minute. I got to order some knives. Can't believe Lamifshi finally dropped it. We were talking it up. That's why I said I wanted to mark down that one because I knew he'd come out with the same pattern. All right, let's see. Which ones am I getting? I'm getting that one. I'm getting that one. Oh, wow. Dang it. I want to buy like 6 of them. All right, I got the 4 I wanted. But I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to... What did I pick? All right, so the options are B1, B1, B2. All right. Let me get hold on just a second. I hope y'all can see. All right, so we got B1 and B2. So I'm definitely going to go with B1. So I'm going to add a B1 to the cart. Well, let me get signed in. I want to get all of them. But I just can't do that. I used to do that, but he put out too many. Good grief. All right. B1. I'll get the D2. I'll get the C1. And the E2. All right, those are the 4 I'm getting. Give me just a second, guys. I'm getting an E2, a C1, a D2, and a B1. I can't believe like these already came out and getting close to selling out. That's pretty crazy. People are buying left and right. Like, I'm trying to find the AliExpress codes, and I'm going to end up, they're going to end up selling out by the time I find a code that works. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Anybody know of any codes that work? 2 days ago. Let me try this one. Give me just a second. Something went wrong while applying the code. Gotta love that when the codes don't work. Dang, that one didn't work either. Oh well. Maybe this one will work. Something went wrong when applying the code. That doesn't usually pop up. No codes work. That sucks. Alright, let me get my 4 ordered here. I don't even know which 4 I ordered. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Alright. I got the... Dang it. Show me my order. Alright. I got an E2. Alright, so that's this one. Whoops. Dang it. Sorry, guys. I got an E2, which is this one right here. So I decided in that pattern I wanted that blade shape. I got an E2. I got a... Where's my order? I got a C1. So C1 is this one. So in this pattern, I wanted the drop point blade because I like that pattern a lot, and I want to make it like that one that dude had. So I bought the drop point in it. Then I bought a D2, which is this one right here. I didn't mind having the that blade with that handle style. And then I got a B1, which is this one. Another drop point, plain Jane. Gotta have the drop point plain Jane. So I got the drop point plain Jane and the drop point with the radial pattern, and then the other 2 were the other blade shape. Alright. What's going on, Matt Maurer? Just ordering 4 Yeah, I got one of those too, I think, Robin. Isn't that what I said? Yeah, I got the warranty of this one, the frag, and that's crazy. I didn't order a Skelly. Yeah, and I got that one. I got those two in the warranty, and then I got a plain Jane in drop point, and this one in drop point. Why buy 4? Because I want the different models. And like he said, I can sell them and get my money. I can keep them for 6 months and sell them and get the same money I paid for it back. Yeah, being able to have a beater protean is a nice thing. But man, they look nice. Everybody's got the link that wanted one, right? I mean, that wanted it. The link is above, I'm sure, but just to have it. Again, there it is. I'm going to throw it in the Discord too. All right. Well, that was exciting for the end of the stream. Was talking about a Boker Jive. And then I moved on to the Proteans. Thank you, Mr. Steel Addicted. I wouldn't have figured that out until I got off stream. I believe Trivisa had the Boker Jive. That's where I got mine. So here's what I paid for that Boker Jive. I got it for $79 because it was on sale on Trivisa. But it is D2 blade steel. I quit trying, Mitchell. Whoops. I didn't mean to turn that off. But yeah, this is a cool little knife. It reminds me of that Ware knife. But John, back to the Oligarch, it definitely has really good spring pressure. Like, I can barely get it closed with one hand. Cool little knife, good clip. Yeah, I don't know. People like Lemifshi like he'll turn off the coupons where they don't work. And AliExpress kind of freaks out because it gives you a weird message because they're like, well, this coupon should work. Why doesn't it work? And then everybody just gets fear of FOMO and just says screw it. So that's what happens. And I guarantee you that Protean will sell out. There's too many people that buy that knife for $800 that will buy it for 80. And me and Pete were having a conversation on the Discord earlier about this knife. So I was saying that like after seeing how many of these sold really fast, should he make another batch? And Pete thought he should come out with another batch because of how many sold. And I told him that 500 people might buy this knife if it's $100. But I bet 10 of those same people would be the only ones that would buy it if it was $400. So just because he re-releases them doesn't mean he's going to sell them. They only sell that many because of the price, in my opinion. So if he sells out of everything that he makes for this knife, then what is he losing out? Like, he decided he wanted to order 500 units, whatever. If he sells out all of them, then what? I don't get the problem. Like, he said this was the last batch, and a lot of knife designers, like, I would much rather take a good design like this, sell as many as I want to sell, and then move on to the next model. Because knives don't sell, like, I mean, unless you're a bug out or a PM2, they don't sell by the hundreds of thousands. So, like, people just need to move on to the next model, in my opinion. And like I said, there might be 500 more of these replicas that sell, but only, I bet 10 of those people would actually spend the 400 on a real one. They would rather buy 4 like this than 1. So, plus if they're sold out, they're sold out. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know who it's hurting. This is going to sell out from Sparrow Knife Company. Like, all the ones he makes are going to sell out. Every time he's dropped them, they've sold out. So, just because 500 more people want one for a quarter of the price doesn't mean he's losing anything. Yeah, fair missing out. Sorry, Robin. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And like I said, knife designers shouldn't want to sell 100,000 of these. He should want to sell as many, makes him enough money to move on to the next design and come up with a cooler, another knife. Like, that's why this hobby's so great, is because they just keep coming up. Designers make 10 instead of just sticking with one and selling a ton of it. You don't get bug out clones? Like, as in you don't buy them or you don't understand them? Still addicted. Yeah, that's what I've said. A lot of times when I show somebody a clone knife, I'll tell them it's the real thing and send them to the real website. If I'm just like, let me take that back. Anybody that I know personally knows what the knife is. But if I'm just like trying to run into somebody I don't know and I want to show them a cool knife, I'll tell them to go to the website. And I've had people buy multiple knives from like Winter Blades because I showed them the Factor replica. Oh, Robin, I was trying to figure out what angle you were going at there, because bug outs to me are way overpriced. They would be fine at $100, $120, but $180, $200, that's double what they should cost. So starting out with that, but the bug out as a knife is a comfortable, I mean, it's a good size, shape knife. And sorry about that. I think I cut out for a second. But to answer, I don't know where I cut out, but I hope y'all saw the Discord part where I asked it what the world's best folding knife was, and it said Benchmade Bug Out, PM2, CRK Sabenza 31, and the Victorinox. And then I said, you know, the bug out wouldn't be in all these lists if it wasn't a good shape and style of a knife. And to answer your question about the clones, I've never held a real one, but I've got 8 clones right here. And these are the 8 that I kept. I got rid of some. And a couple of these have superb action and don't feel like cheap knives. That one, of course, I didn't open it, but this one is super smooth, great lockup. It's on bearings. And it's just a good size little knife. But for whatever the price Benchmade wants for it, it's crazy. This one is nice too. This one has great lockup. And these, some of these clones are actually a little different size and like better. I don't know. They worked out the kinks and they're actually pretty good little knives. I'm not going to lie. I got a couple of them just because, like the PEI one, they all have pretty good lockup though, surprisingly. This carbon fiber one is another one people love all the time. I think Lemifshi makes one of these. But I don't know, it's a good size knife, and when done right, and all these clones are actually decent. I had more than this. And this is the one that Lemifshi has, the regular carbon fiber one. But they're definitely not worth $200. But are they worth $30? Maybe. Especially when you get them good and they lock up good. This is a titanium one. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird knife. I don't ever carry them, but I've got them because people want to see, want to see them. I like the I like this knife a lot. This knife is very, 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 very comfortable. That back thumb ramp, super comfortable. Yeah, still addicted. I agree. My Hogue, oh, really? Your Deca? I've got the. I don't know which Deca I have, but mine has smooth action. But yeah, you might as well just get one of these for $20 if you're going to get a knife like that. Why not just get the nice heat-treated 14C 28N version of the Ozark Trail? Because it has great action too. Of course, it wants to bounce a little bit. But you might as well just get one of those or the new little $8 ones they have. That one's not a crossbar, but they got the button lock version. Anyway, there's a place for the bug out, and I don't know how they've sold so many. If they didn't have their military contracts, they would go broke, in my opinion. There's that little funny knife. Jay Oser. No clip. This is one of my favorite. Here's the other two. I love both of these. Yeah, the Strix is nice. The D10 is awesome. Like, I don't know how he got the D10 so good. But, yeah. Action-wise, it makes such a good noise. I haven't tuned this one or oiled it or anything. So it's not like drop shut, but it's perfect. Like a couple of little shakes, and it's down. Yeah, action-wise and milling and fit and finish and all that is great. In fact, I'll go out on a limb and say I would take all my pocket knives, built exactly like this one, but shaped differently and with different blade grinds. Like, I would be happy if all my knives were as good as this one. If the same factory could pump out the same quality, I would take every knife I own this style right here. That's how much I like it. But that being said, each one of them would feel a little differently. And this one feels a little differently than other knives that I prefer. All right, guys, I think we're going to end this one up. Sorry I couldn't get the forge built today, but y'all saw the reason why. I think I might go ahead and just do it for tomorrow and see what one that size that cost me $15-20 to make will do. All I've got to really worry about is heat treating the blade, the edge part, the blade grind on a knife. Even if I was going to make, a lot of times with fixed blade knives, they don't have a full, they just have a tang down the middle. So a lot of times they don't even heat treat that part on them. So if I can fit, 5-inch blade in there, I'm good. And I can move it back and forth to keep it all heated evenly. So even if it's just 6.5 inches long and isn't 8 inches long, I can move an 8-inch piece of metal. Like, I can move this knife through there. Yeah, still addicted. Come back next week and see how this knife turns out. Had to put a sharpening choil in it. Had, the plunge line, the blade grind. We still got to sand it up and do final assembly and stuff and sharpen it. And then we're going to make a leather sheath. We're all going to learn how to make a sheath, which I don't know how to do yet, but we're going to figure it out. So don't be such a stranger next time, man. All right, guys. I think we're going to get out of here. Y'all have a great Thursday. And y'all hit me up if you need me. We'll be here again tomorrow for New Drop Friday. And I hope y'all have a great one.